Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm 22 and I'm a communications assistant. I went to Baruch College. I started smoking this year, so 22, in January. I would say that I smoke probably 4 times a week, 5 times a week. That's like one a day most of the time, so it's not like the worst thing ever. But I like, walking around and having one and, just kind of looking at New York and and I don't know, being that person who walks down the street and smokes a cigarette. It feels kind of nice. And I don't know, before I used to listen to music, and I still do that, but it's I don't know, it's a different feeling with smoking. It makes me feel, I don't know, just kind of in my head a little bit more in a good way, and just a little more distant from everyone else, I'm walking around. Well, before I started, I did not ever consider myself to ever try even smoking one. And I didn't feel tempted at all. I didn't really feel pressured. But I was around a lot of people last semester who did smoke a lot, and I don't know, I guess you could say it probably influenced me, but I still didn't really feel like, oh, I have to try this. It was just, a subtle thing. It just kind of started really randomly. But I never considered I'd be a smoker. I was that person. I was quarantining with my friend because I have a roommate, so I couldn't stay here. So I had to, I couldn't stay at home, so I had to stay with him. And he's a big smoker, so I don't know. I was in a different mindset during quarantine and just kind of felt like nothing really matters. So I just gave it a try, and I guess you could say stress was kind of a factor, but it was more just like boredom. That's not the right word, but it was boredom. It was kind of just, I'm sitting here laying in bed all day, and it was kind of a nice fuck you, I guess, to the pandemic and, I don't know, my body in a way. Wow. Yeah, it was like a fuck you. When I purchased cigarettes for the first time, that was probably February, about a couple weeks after. I wasn't really planning on purchasing them, but I hadn't seen my friend for a while who was my supplier, I guess you could say. And I just walked past the smoke shop. It's like, I could just get them. So I walked in, got some. It felt like it wasn't me. Yeah, it felt weird. It felt like a little surreal, kind of. I don't know, it didn't feel like horrible or like wrong or whatever. Because I do still feel like I'm in control of what I do. And that way it's more like on my terms even, because it's not like, oh, I'm gonna... Yeah, I do keep it secret from my family. Not really my close friends, just a few, because most of them do smoke. So they were actually more like, oh, we can have a cigarette together now. So not so much my close friends, but definitely my parents would hate it. My sisters probably would hate it too, and my brother, I don't know, he would probably be like, I don't know if that's a good idea, but he wouldn't hate it. But I don't know, it's just easier to keep it from them. and not having to deal with, you know, disappointment or whatever, because it would be misplaced, you know? Like, it's not like I'm changing as a person or whatever at all. So, yeah, I'm probably going to keep it a secret from them in the future. I like the head rush. I always thought it was stupid when people said that, like the head rush, like really, like it's worth a head rush. It's definitely not. It's definitely not worth the head rush, but I mean, I know for a fact I'm not addicted or anything, so I don't see this being a long-term thing at all, you know, and I don't think I'm gonna buy my Unpack starting soon. Like, I'm just gonna have one, you know, at work if people are also smoking, or with friends, or just once in a while. Yeah, I like seeing other people smoking. Sometimes. I don't know. It's definitely romanticized. You know, like it's definitely romanticized, and I do it too. Like, I saw this guy the other day, like this long coat, and he had a cigarette and like floppy hair, and he was like, that is attractive. That is attractive. But I will say it is romanticized, and I think I'm aware of that. But even doing this interview, it makes me realize that it's not something I want to keep in my life. But I also do like it. So I think I'm just gonna be really careful to not make it a habit. And so I think I'm in a good place with it. And this interview helped.